Good morning, students, or good afternoon, whenever you're watching the video. Today's going to be a pretty low-key day for science. We're going to talk a little bit about graphs. We're going to look back at the Minnesota deer harvest numbers that we've been talking about. But overall, you're not going to have homework. It should be a pretty straightforward, easy day for you. So we've been looking a lot at the Minnesota deer harvest numbers from the past few years, right? Quite often we've looked at this graph here that starts in 1999, goes to 2019, so it's a 20-year graph. And we have a really low time in 2014 where we get less than 150,000 deer harvested. But we have also a really high peak here in 2003 where we have almost 300,000 deer harvested. So 2014 compared to 2003 is nearly half of the number. We also have a current number so far for 2020. They've been updating it because every time a deer is harvested and it's called in to the DNR, they report that number as a deer harvested on their website. So we can actually take the number compared to and compare it to the rest of this graph. So let's go ahead and do that. If you look at their website, there is deer reports and statistics on the DNR website. You can see the total deer harvested so far, 157,126. What's really interesting is you can also look at the harvest numbers per deer hunting unit on their map on the same website. So where I hunt in area 241, it can show me the total number of deer harvested, and it was over 7,000 in 241. If you go down to where Piers is, so area 221, you can see that just under 4,000 deer were harvested, and even a little bit east of there, more towards Mille Lacs, we have that unit showing that 2,642 deer were shot, which I find really, really interesting. So if we take this total number, 157,126, we can look at it compared to our other data. 157,000 would put us somewhere, if this is the 150 bar, we're going to be like right about here. So far, we have 157,000, but we still have archery and muzzleloader season throughout the end of the year. So it'll be interesting to see what the impact is at the end of December. So we can look about here. I want you to think about, how does this year compare to some of the other years that we've seen? Is it closer to 2014, or is it closer to 2003, our really high peak? Some things to keep in mind. Another thing today, if you're bored and you just want to check it out, I would suggest going to the DNR website. I'll put a link in the assignment today. So I would play around on it, look at some of the numbers, look at some of the graphs they can show you. If you go down here, it shows the annual harvest reports for the different years. So I clicked 2019, but you can go all the way down to 2012. You can also look at the Camp Ripley bow hunting statistics, which is really interesting. Every year they have 2 bow hunting seasons on Camp Ripley, and it'll show all the data for that. You can also look at some different graphs on the deer populations from 2017 to 2014. So if you want to play around on this page, I would highly suggest it. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you have any questions, send me an email.